got a good one here, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. To the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Young wasting no time, right to the air. He'll get this complete to the rookie first-round pick. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. Now Young here, you can see changing the play. They go play action here on 1st down. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he is going to lose yardage here. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
I think they tried to fool him on that one. You know, being able to throw the ball to the fullback position. No one was fooled on that play.
No, lost yardage. You think they should yank that one from the playbook, at least for the time being?
I think what you do is you take it out and you evaluate it next week in practice.
Ready. 52 blue.
Zach Ertz, the man in motion.
Black ultra. Blue striker. Set.
Young. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And it's 3rd down. But you look at this defense. They enter this one down in the 26th position in the NFL against the run.
Well, there wasn't anything wrong with them on that play, was there? Able to make a nice stop. Held them to no gain. The key to their defense, though, is exactly what the defensive coordinator told you and I. They've got to be consistent.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the check on bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Looking to put a drive together. Running to start the drive is Love. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Here we go, shot.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to Michael Wilson. And he is stopped just third down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position.
Quick, yellow. Hut.
And they'll run on 1st down with Hubbard. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Ready.
It's Young off play action. He'll dump this one off to Hubbard. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Young now. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick is good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they wanted to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
They'll run again with Love on 1st down. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. The Cardinals had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
You look at this Carolina defense. This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
An empty look offensively. Here's 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Back. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. Well, that one hurts. I mean, it was 3rd down, of course, but now the penalty, and we're back to 1st down.
Yeah, it hurts momentum in a big way, and they built that up here in the early going. Now, that leaves the opposition with a 1st down. That's a mistake you don't want to make at this point in the game.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Sherwood here, caught by McBride. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Panthers' 47-yard line.
Looking to throw. Beck. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a 2nd time. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now. 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Beck. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Beck. That ball caught by Harrison. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. He got 29 yards that time.
Cardinals 1st down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Okay, ready? Set up.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown.
Tip Ryman.
His 1st touchdown of the new season.
And the Cardinals are able to answer the early 3 points and take a 1st quarter lead. Extra point by Ryland, up and good.
And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive.
So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down.
Ready, break.
Here we go. Set.
A give up the middle, Hubbard. And the defense closes quickly there. And will get maybe a yard to the 33.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
38. Right boot. Claude Ray. Black shot. Set.
Now Young. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
2 yards on the play. 1st down, Panthers.
Ready.
Straight ahead with Hubbard.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss.
Here we go, set. Yellow, 22. Hut, hut.
Here's Young from the shotgun. Now he's going to step up and run. Oh, he tried to fit it in back over the middle, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mack Wilson. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Intercepted. The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Back. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Straight ahead running. Here's Love. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. Back to throw. Back. That is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Trey McBride, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Cardinals take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. And Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not plenty. Get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts. I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
Here we go. It's Black Olsen. Ken Black.
Young will set to throw. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
At the 39-yard line.
Here we go.
To throw, Young. They'll run the screen with Hubbard. Down the left sideline. They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. That one goes for 30 yards.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now.
Ready. Here we go. 60 red. 60 fight. 60. Ready.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a third and goal.
And that's why that position was created. Big, powerful, strong guy who can carry the ball and plow forward. That's exactly why you have him on the field.
They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on third and goal? Etienne will take this one in. Touchdown, Carolina.
Touchdown, Carolina.
And you can bet when they were in that huddle, there's definitely some urgency because I'm sure they were saying to each other, we got to push this one in right now so we don't have to run this on 4th down, and there'll be extra bodies in the hole. That's excellent work there at the point of attack. All it takes is one little crease as he fights his way into the end zone.
Smash, red. Slide blue. Ready?
And Young's going to throw for this. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And this ball is not going to get to the 20, so this is going to be whistled dead, and the ball's going to be placed up at the 40-yard line. So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll hand it off. It's Love. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Here's 2nd and 8. A short one here, caught by McBride. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They turn to Love on the handoff. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 9. Operating from the gun. Beck.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. Trey McBride with his second touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They go play action. Young.
They'll get this complete to Sanders, the tight end.
He'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Young, he's going to change it up.
97.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Here we go. Claws red. 45. White. Blue striker.
Now here's Young. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack.
Here now a 3rd and 20.
Here is Young.
He'll try and do this himself. He's got his target. That's complete.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 34-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Let's go. Hut, hut.
Off the play fake, Young.
Now he'll tuck this and run.
And he wisely will throw that one away.
Yeah, their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Ready?
They'll set up to throw.
They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Here we go. Trouble.
And now they'll shift things around.
Red, yellow. White, white. Slide through.
Now Young. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Ja'Tavion Sanders, 26 yards.
And the Panthers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Their first passing touchdown of the ball game, and they go to the big tight end in those sure hands, and he provides the score.
Certainly looked like they were focused on taking away other weapons, and he certainly made them regret that because he found the soft spot, ended up taking it to the end zone. Nice throw, too, to complete the play.
It's complete, and he's got it. They convert for two, and that gets him even closer. Now a 2-point game.
Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And a pretty poor kick here. It doesn't make it to the landing zone. And that means they'll move the ball out to the 40-yard line.
So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Operating from the gun. Back. Open man is Kendrick Bourne.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 45-yard line.
Looking to throw. Back. And a completion to Wilson. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
It's a pretty nice throw right there from the rookie. And this, of course, is game number 2 of his NFL career. His guys did not get the win, Charles, in the opener. But what did you see from him last week?
Well, I think all things considered, he played pretty well, and I don't think I'd pin the loss on him. But there's no question.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Brings up 2nd down.
Operating from the gun. Beck. Out to the right here to Wilson. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Now Brissett, the backup, his first throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
Hey, kill.
Brissett.
Pass to the right, and he's got McBride.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
19, set. White 20, right. Go.
On 1st down, here's Love.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 49 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They're really locked in on offense.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one goes for 24 yards.
First down and goal to go.
Going to give it to Love. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A great play there. His third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Cardinals take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away.
Oh, good return up past the 30.
Boy, a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime.
Touchdown, Carolina!
Chuba Hubbard.
His second touchdown on the season.
And the Panthers have got it back to within a score.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Well, Bryce and that Panthers offense, they're going to stay out there and go for 2.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
And he'll weave all the way up to just a few yards shy of midfield. A great return.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
He finds his man, complete. That's Love. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now a 2nd and 6.
You're 19. Again. Right 20. Go.
Shotgun handoff now for Love. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
57 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
You're 19. Set. You're 19. Set. Hey, check. Go.
Brissett now.
Throw left side complete. That's Love. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up second down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
19, set. 19,
Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up third and
Brissett going to move him around here. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They need 2. Here's third down.
19, go.
It'll be Love to try and get the first. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped.
19, hey, got, hey, 20, hey, kill. Hey, check, hey, kill. Go.
Here's Brissett. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
A good action to this point in the third quarter, just a 3-point game, 2nd and 10.
Kill.
On the carry, it's Love. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
makes it 3rd and 4.
Go.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Down a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early to have the defense react too quickly, and you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
And his kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown of his third quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also in letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Checks this down to Hubbard. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
52 blue. Blue striker. 10.
Young. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Panthers have evened the ball game with a chance to take the lead here in the final minute of this third quarter.
All you hear from coaches and personnel directors in the NFL, how difficult it is for a rookie receiver to have an impact on the game. So much to learn, so much offense to absorb.
Looks like he's picking it up pretty well.
I would say so. And how about that for your first career NFL touchdown?
And I don't know that he envisioned it quite that way, but if he was smart, he probably dreamed about it a little bit.
Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
At their own 37-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
The city just made a sweet with the diabetic. They mouth get full of deceit. Let these cowards tell it. Welcome New Orleans with the etiquette of LA yelling.
A third quarter now, and a one-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing, Brissett. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Brissett sets to throw it. Short one here, caught by McBride. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3. At the 40-yard
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
13. Hey, go.
Brissett. And he rifles one incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Love. Down the right sideline. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cardinals answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They'll look to throw. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points. And that helps. That gives him a 7-point lead. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
On the ready.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Okay.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Let's go.
Young. Now he's going to step up and run. And Young will slide to the ground safely as he picks up the first down as well. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Okay, ready? Set, ready.
On the handoff, running left is Hubbard. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Second and 10.
Ready. 33, yellow. Red, yellow. Edo blue. Black ultra. Set, go.
Now Young. Now a run here. Oh, Young loses it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble. Fortunate to get that football back. He's trailing here in the second half. Last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Now Young going to move him around.
95. Ready.
Now Young off the play fake. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain of 22.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
They'll run the screen with Hubbard. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now they'll change things around before the snap.
Right, 97. Trail green. Cut.
Young to throw it. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
The Panthers on third down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
Yellow, 43. Trouble, 38. Green Jack. Ready.
They'll throw again. Young. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And this one is right down the middle. And that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3, but I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied. But, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, the field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone left out a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, Brissett. He's got this downfield to McBride. Big strides, look at him go. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Trey McBride, his 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Cardinals use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, you know, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Ready?
They go play action. Young on the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
Let's go now. 10 black. Steal, black.
Young now. Goes to the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Young here, you can see changing the play. They go play action here on 1st down. That's taken in. It's Xavier Ligon. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll throw out wide, complete to Sanders. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. A few moving pieces on that play, because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. If you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football that way. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game. Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Red, yellow. Blue striker. Black ultra. Claude red. Ready?
Young with it, 3rd and goal. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Cards are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
He was taken down.
Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game. Staying on the ground, it's Love. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. Pass taken in by his big tight end. He's got another first down, and he's also just a few yards short of 200 for the ball game.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
On the draw, this is Love. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Former first-rounder Derek Brown living up to the billing on that stop. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
19, set. 20, set.
Now they'll audible to something else. That one looks like he'll throw here. His throw incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Brissett. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it will be the Panthers' ball, first and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the last time out, they had the good drive going. You get in the red zone, they throw the interception. Not their first pick of the game either, so we'll see if they're more careful, more cautious here on this drive.
Yeah, nothing worse than repeat mistakes, right? You end up coughing the ball up, you end up throwing a pick, everything goes awry. And now, points don't go up on the board. I just heard a fan scream out. I thought the idea was to score points. Yeah, they're getting a little restless, too.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. There's still hope, but it's dwindling fast. No timeouts left. They need 2 scores still. First and 10 here. Young, he's going to change it up. Now a play fake here on first down. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that is incomplete.
And while it's probably going to take a miracle at this stage, if they come down with this one in the end zone, they've still got a fighting chance. That one, however, winds up incomplete.
A little more than 40 seconds to play. Now second and 10. Young. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Cardinals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And the Cardinals are going to have a first down. And that's a big one, as they should be able to run it out from here. He's got a man, complete. And all the way down to the 9. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Bissett. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, they're off.
Were you trying to get crazy with this thing?